Hey y'all, I am checking in on XOM to see if I want to trade it this week. So I'm going to start on the monthly chart, it's usually where I start, and I'm going to throw up the SMAs because just kind of interested to see where we are. So right now, looks like we are actually below the 10 SMA. Um, which is pretty interesting. So, oil stocks are a bit weak right now, and it's interesting because with war news, oil stocks are typically bullish, but not so right now. So I'm going to start with this trend line, and this is the monthly. So just want to make sure that my trend line reflects that. And one of the reasons I do this is because um, obviously monthly trend lines are stronger typically than like a weekly, a daily, an intraday. So I just like to color code them this way. So clear uh, resistance up here on XOM on the monthly. It's kind of a big zone to block off. I think I'll just bring it on down. So like 115 to 118, that's our resistance. And then want to add some additional levels in here. We had some support right here that we were unable to hold. We had, let's see, looks like another level right around there. We have one right here. And then we have some support down here. So let's see. So clear, um, you know, bearish engulfing candle here. Um, but this doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get more downside because we are still holding the monthly trend line. And looking back here, we had this big bearish engulfing candle after we rejected resistance, but it made another go at it. So this candle does not automatically mean we're going to keep going down. Um, I think it just kind of depends overall on like what oil is doing. I do want to add this other level right there because um, we touched it here, and we bounced both times. So this is going to be an interesting level to watch right here, right at about 104.60. I think I want to move over now to the weekly and dial it in a little bit more. So right now, like I haven't decided that I am going to trade XOM, but I'm just going through the charting process and seeing where um, we land. So let's see. Hmm. So let's see. I think I want to just draw out a little bit of a zone right here um, for support. It's kind of big. Um, but I want to draw that out because, and I'm making it gray because it's the weekly. Um, because on the weekly we held, we held, and then we held. So this whole zone right here, I'm looking at as support, and then I want to use a trend line here just to mark this out, and then I'm going to make that my weekly trend line. So looks like we are in a little bit of a squeeze right here. We're in a squeeze between this weekly downtrend and this monthly uptrend, and we are running out of space. So um, I'm curious to see kind of how that plays out. What does that mean? What does that look like? Um, Oil has been just a little bit tricky in general right now. So, um, it's very fundamentally driven, which is news driven. So, that's something that I'm keeping in mind. I'm not trying to just like mark up this chart crazy, but um, putting the major levels of support and resistance in here helps me to measure my risk to reward, because if I just start seeing like zones everywhere, like really close together, for me, that that can make the risk to reward not as beneficial. So I'm adding another level of support right here because of how many times that we held. So and now this support is resistance. So what am I thinking right now on XOM? Um, I am thinking that hmm, I want to see what we do here when we open. Can we hold 105? If we hold 105, then I want to see. I think we, can easily move right back up to 107. Um, Now, if we can get above 107, then I want to see what we do here at 108, um, because we have this weekly resistance plus we have the weekly downtrend. So I want to see what happens when we bump up against this trend line and when we get right here to resistance. Um, I just want to see how it responds. Um, Now, I am thinking that if we get right here and we get a rejection, that I might just do a little short term trade right back down to support, weekly support at 105. Not the biggest move, but I like the way XOM contracts move. So I would take that rejection right here, right down to 105. Now, when we get down to 105, if we can't hold, if we lose the uptrend and support right here, I am definitely interested. Um, and so I would be looking, let's see, I would be looking to take that trade right down here to 103. This would be one of my price targets. And then 101.90 would be another price target. I think I just want to, oops, what did I do? Oh, okay. So I want to just round it up to 101.90. That's so interesting. Um, 104.60. Okay. Look how many of them are falling on before I changed it. This was 69, that was 59, that was 89. Those algos, man. Anyway, um, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now, if XOM just finds some strength and then pushes up out of this downtrend, then I would be looking for it to hold 110 as support to then get the move right back up to 116, 117. Again, though, lots of resistance up here. So, that's just something to be mindful of. I'm going to add the weekly level so that when I'm looking at the smaller time frame, I know, okay, not we don't just have a monthly level up here, we have a weekly level too. So that is a lot of resistance. Now let me just move on over to the daily. Oops, I'm on the 1 hour. And kind of dial it in just a little bit more. Okay, so I don't want to just like add levels everywhere, but like right here, this is clearly a level on the daily. So this could also be, oops, a place to look for a rejection if we get a bounce right here. So, um, yeah, we have a potential previous level of support that could act as resistance that I want to keep an eye on. And then we have our 107 monthly level also. Um, let's see. Do I want to do so? Sometimes, like, no, I like what it's. Mm, let me just move it up a little. The trend lines don't always correlate from the larger time frames to the smaller time frames. Um, but we try to get as close as I can. But anyway, we also have this lovely H going on here, um, which, oh, look at that. It's a head and shoulders, baby. That is a head and shoulders if I've ever seen one. So, this is why I like turning off my, and there it is on the weekly. I like turning off everything, and just looking at the chart because sometimes I can just get cluttered. It can clutter up with like all of my levels and trend lines and all that, and I'm like, what is the chart saying? And the chart speaks. So there's your head and shoulders right there. So if we, that's the neckline, right at about 105. So if we can break this level right here, I think we easily can move on down. Um, so yeah, Exxon has my interest. I think this charting session to um, helped me to define what I'm looking for. I am going to add my head and shoulders. Oops. I'm going to add it in here so that, um, when I'm looking at the chart, I can just do a lot of charting and then get in front of the chart. And it's just like, wait, what was I? Why did I like this? What, what happened? It just, sometimes it just depends on like what else is going on in life. And, if it's a lot going on, then I'll just kind of need a refresher. Like, why was I looking at this again? What did I see? So, adding these things helps me to remember what I'm interested in. So, and why. So, yes, I am going to set my alerts and keep an eye on XOM this week.